welcome back to the channel. Just got a short little ride in this week's video. Going to Home Depot, pick up some sprinklers. Every year I seem to have to replace one or two on my irrigation system. Not too big of a deal. But I figured I'd do it on the bike since it's a big, shiny, beautiful day. And give me a chance to test out the ND32 filter from K&F Concepts that I'm running. I don't think I've used the 32 yet. So yeah, I know in a video or two ago, I kind of lose track, I talked about Harley Davidson alternatives, and I kind of want to keep talking about that for a little bit. You know, there's a lot of people who are die-hard Harley Davidson loyalists, and I used to be one of them. I used to be, if it's not Harley, it ain't shit type of mentality. But, you know, I honestly think brand fatigue is a real thing. I think fatigue is probably not the best word for it. But actually might be the best word for it, honestly. I don't know. Either way, I've had Harley Davidson since I was 18. And I showed all the pictures of those bikes in the previous videos of all the Harley Davidsons I've owned and ridden over the years, and I loved them. I love every single Harley I've ever ridden. I think they're great. I think they're wonderful. We'll see what Harley Davidson is up to lately. From what I can tell, the motorcycle news that I saw the other day. Hang on real quick, I got something in my eyeball. Alright, I'm back. From the motorcycle news that I read the other day, Harley Davidson seems to be starting to focus on smaller, lighter vehicles or motorcycles, which I think is a good... I mean, touring is their bread and butter. That's what... people who have been buying Harley Davidsons and riding them their whole lives, that's what they always end up on, obviously, is a touring bike. And that's what that legacy of Harley Davidson is. It's, look at that timing. It's the American made bike of most people in the United States. What they would choose is a Harley Davidson. When you think American motorcycles, you think Harley Davidson. And I know I've spoken about Indian in the past, and let me tell you, man, I think they are stepping their game up, because the FTR 1200s are sick. The Indian Bobbers are sick. The Chief line, they're starting to come out with like the Sport Chief, which to me look like Dynas. And I've been thinking about it since I made that first video, and I think where I have a problem with non-Harley Davidson motorcycles is when they overtly try to look like a Harley Davidson. And I think like that's why I really like the FTR. The FTR isn't trying to be a Harley. It is its own thing. It is a supermoto street scrambler that is just sick. And I've already told the story about me and Rob test riding them in South Dakota, which was awesome. But they ride awesome. But yeah, I think that's my problem with other styles of traditional cruisers, is like the Honda VTX. I love the Honda VTX. I think it is a powerful bike. 1800 cc's before being big was cool. They led the way, I think, for Harley Davidson to step up their game on larger CC touring bikes. I used to have a buddy way back in the day who rode a Honda VTX 1800, and that thing got it. I mean, it would rip. Sounded like a sewing machine on crack, but it was, you know, it would rip. But it was definitely one of those bikes that was their whole design scheme, was how do we look like a Harley Davidson. And I think I don't know, I just prefer motorcycles to, you know, be your own thing, which is why I like modern classics, you know, like the BMW R9Ts and the Triumph Bonnevilles. To me, they're their own motorcycle. They're not trying to be Harley. I'd say the only Triumph that even remotely looks like a Harley Davidson is the Speedmaster Shasha. But all the rest of their lineup, they're unique. They're their own thing. It's like you're not trying to look like you're on a Harley. No one's gonna walk up to a Triumph Bonneville or Scrambler and say, is that a Harley? Oh no, it's not a Harley. You know, and I think that's what keeps people on a Harley, is they don't want to be that guy who just looks like he can't afford a Harley Davidson, so he went with a Honda VTX, you know. And I think that's the stigma that keeps people from purchasing some of those types of cruisers, is they don't want to be the guy that everyone else thinks they just can't afford a Harley, so they skimped and they went with something less in their eyes. But yeah, so, and I think my next bike, like I said, I'm gonna try to keep the Harley in doing this, because I know this video sounds like I'm just talking mad shit about Harley. I mean, Harley has royally, the last 5 to 7 years have royally fucked up, and they're not the company they used to be, and hopefully that changes. I will always love Harley Davidsons. They will always have a big place in my heart, and therefore I wish, or I hope that in the next few years I can maintain having a Harley and getting another bike. But I think I'm experiencing a little brand fatigue, you know. Like, again, I've had Harleys for close to 20 years. I would enjoy something different for a little while. I was having this conversation with Rob, and Rob's looking at adventure bikes. But I mean, honestly, if I buy an adventure bike, I'm sticking with Harley, because the Pan America is badass. Watched a video of Brian 636, and for those of you guys who are into motovlogs know this guy. He's a stunner from Chicago, and he's a badass, man. And he rented a Harley Davidson Pan America in Florida for a week and mobbed the shit out of it, and that looked fun as hell. 150 horsepower, 2/3 of the weight of its competitors, the BMW and the Triumph Tiger and the KTM. Speaking of motorcycle news, KTM just got bailed out, so they're going to be making bikes again. But yeah, super exciting. I probably won't end up with a new Triumph for a while, but it's always good to look ahead and plan ahead. And to me, I was kind of stuck between the Scrambler 1200 XE and the Triumph Bonneville T120 Black, and I think I've landed on the Bonneville T120 Black. I just like the modern classic look. I just love everything there is about that bike, plus what people can do to them. And you can customize these things almost as much as you can customize a Harley. You make it completely your own. You don't look like every other asshole with the same bike. But yeah, and the crazy part is I could buy both for the price of one Harley if I really wanted to. For the price of one newer Harley Davidson, I could own both a 2025 Triumph Scrambler XE and a Triumph Bonneville T120 Black, brand new. I could own both for the price of a Harley Davidson, which I think is Harley's biggest problem right now, is their pricing. It's crazy to me, pricing out your loyal fan base. They can't even afford them. If you have $50,000 to spend on a CVO Harley Davidson, chances are you're smart enough not to invest $50,000 into a fancy paint job on a $30,000 bike. That's just crazy to me. Come on, Miss Lady. There you go. But anyways, here at Home Depot, gonna pick up some sprinklers. See you in a minute. I am back from Home Depot with my sprinklers. So exciting. Jesus. That's not even gravel at that point. That's just rocks. So anyways, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure the bike I'm gonna go with is the 12, or not the 1200. Technically it is the 1200. It's the Triumph T120 Black. Like I said, for the price of both of the Triumphs that I want, I could get one Harley. So one Harley versus two new Triumphs, but I'll stick with one. What the fuck is this? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Shitty ass. Never mind. I'll be nice. Oh, beautiful day. Sweet Jeep, bro. Look at the length on that Stinger. But yeah, so again, it'll be a while before I get another bike. But yeah, like I said, it's good to plan. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, Harley alternatives. Let me know in the comment section below what, again, just trying to ask again, if you could have any, even if it's not a cruiser style, man. Well, I mean, or tell me what you ride. I know my mom's on a Honda Rebel 1100. Had an individual comment, a Honda VTX 1800, which, again, I agree, they're badass bikes. My dad has a Can-Am and a few Harleys. My brother rides a Harley. He has an 06 Street Glide. I believe it's a 06. There's a guy at work who used to be at my job. He had a Triumph Rocket 3. Holy shit, that bike was fast. And got another guy at work on a Moto Guzzi, Italian shaft drive, baby. But yeah, let me know what bikes you guys are into. Not even as a Harley alternative, just bikes in general. Whether you know, the motorcycles that you guys ride, that you guys want to ride. This will be a better question. Comment in the comment section below what your dream motorcycle is. My dream motorcycle is probably an Arch. The S&S power plant, Harley Davidson motor, transmission, but from S&S. Performance cruiser, badass motorcycle. I'll try to find a picture of it. If I do find a picture of it, I'll throw it up. But yeah, let me know what your guys' dream motorcycles are. If money was of no object, or you just haven't been able to find one, old, new, it don't matter. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me rant on and on and on about stuff. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. I really appreciate all of the followers. We're almost at 30 subscribers now, which is crazy. So ride safe, keep the shiny side up. I'll see you when I see you.